On 2 now, more goings on in the Mobile Army Surgical Hospital with Alan Alder and Wayne Rogers in MASH. This is BBC One.
This is the 9 o'clock news. Good evening. Labour's overall majority looks like being 3. Mr Wilson has called for a united country to beat the economic crisis. Mr Heath called on Labour to abandon what he described as divisive policies. Mr Thorpe says the Liberals are not a spent force. Britain's trade gap widens. Oil prices are mainly to blame. The bomb victims, the funeral of a girl soldier killed at Guildford, and the end of 3 months in hospital for a family caught in the Tower of London explosion.
So Mr Harold Wilson is back tonight at 10 Downing Street, but with an overall majority of only 3.
And so to the main points of the news again. In the election, Labour's overall majority looks like being 3. Mr Wilson has called for a united country to beat the economic crisis. Mr Heath, in defeat, called on Labour to abandon what he calls their divisive policies. And Mr Thorpe, though disappointed by his party's results, says the Liberals are not a spent force. And we've just heard the result of one of the outstanding seats in Scotland. Argyll was retained by the Scottish nationalists. There are now only 3 results to come. And that's all for now. Our late news is at 5 to 12. You won't be with us then. From Kenneth Kendall and me, good night.
This is BBC, DZDE TV Channel 2.
This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Charlie Chaplin returns to our screens again at the same time tomorrow for A Night in the Snow. In a couple of minutes, the story of the Rio Balsas Powerboat Marathon, a little bit of Mexican madness. But now the news headlines from Richard Whitmore.
Good afternoon. From the newsroom, the main stories. Britain's first strike by nurses is set to go ahead tonight. More than 100 nurses at North Manchester General Hospital have voted to stay out for 24 hours. It would mean 40 nurses not reporting for work. They say they are disgusted at government plans to alter the way their pay is calculated. More cases of meningitis have been reported. A 2-year-old girl has died of the disease in Cleveland. 7 other children in the northeast are affected, and the number of reported cases in Wales has risen to 11. A 16-year-old youth is due in court shortly, charged with firearms offences following a shooting at a school in Northamptonshire yesterday. The deputy head of the comprehensive is in hospital after being hit in the face. 12 pits in the South Yorkshire coalfield are now at a standstill. The unofficial dispute began at Bentley Colliery near Doncaster when 3 men refused to be transferred to other jobs. That's it. The next news is at 3 o'clock.
Good afternoon to you. A fine afternoon coming up for most of us. Just 1 or 2 showers around. Clouds thickening in the west with some rain coming along. The temperatures today a little bit disappointing, ranging anywhere between +4 and 8 degrees Celsius. That's it from me.
Now on to a touch of Mexican madness with the story of the Rio Balsas Powerboat Marathon in another one of our adventures.